All right, so I'm doing the exterior inspection here. This is the water meter. Something I like to point out to people just in general. And so this little blue guy, if he's moving or the numbers are moving, that means you have a water leak. And so this thing's staying still. So that means no water's being used, and it's really sensitive. Even if you turn it on a little bit, that blue thing will just start spinning. And so if you ever, just in general, concerned if you have a water leak or anything, you could always check this. And then that's going to tell you if anything's being used. Just make sure everything's off in the house, and if that guy's spinning, then you have a leak somewhere. And so that's something I check just to see if I need to identify where a leak's coming from or anything, but I don't see any major leaks on this. Most of the leaks I found under there were on the waste side. And so this is the incoming water over here. Has an older gate valve shut off, which is this guy here. It's hard to determine what kind of pipe this is just because it's all painted. So I don't want to say it's PVC, but it doesn't have the look of copper. But I don't know if it's just a fitting that was put on there to then attach to this to go to the irrigation. And so in the backyard, these hose spigots are leaking. This one's doing fine. One thing I did notice is all the irrigation is disconnected here. The yards though are in really good shape and look like they're well watered, so unless there's an anti-siphon valve that's hidden from me, I didn't see any that were actually connected to anything. And so this is the main incoming line. Looks like there's a little divot in the pipe where it got bumped, but that won't really be a big deal. My bigger concern is I like ball valves better than gate valves. Gate valves tend to fail, but right now this one isn't leaking or anything, so it's nothing that I'm gonna suggest at the moment. And then I'll bring you around to the back side and show you the other stuff. This is the main line clean out, but we're gonna get to that in a minute when I run the sewer camera. So this is a little obscure hose bib that's coming off the side of the house. Doesn't look like the pipe's well strapped underneath the house. This is simply capped off here. And that guy leaks when he's on. You see some right there. So I wouldn't just replace this hose bib. I'd take it back to here, restrap underneath, and then put a better hose bib right here coming out of the house. If they want to add irrigation onto this, we could always put a hose bib and a T, run it all in copper, not PVC, because PVC is more susceptible to freezes and stuff like that. It's better to run it in full copper. This is a random PVC line that's coming out. I'm guessing this must be the abandoned section from there because it's not getting any water. This one's sticking right outside of the dining area. And so again, I can't tell what that is because it's painted. It doesn't have the look of copper. When this guy's on, he leaks from this spot just like the other one. When we disconnect this to put on a new hose bib, we'll be able to take this off and confirm if this is PVC like I'm suspecting. And this is some more abandoned irrigation. I don't see anything going to. I'm still looking for an anti-siphon valve that functions. So this is one more hose bib on the left side of the house. This one's functioning fine, doesn't leak. These look like anti-siphon valves like they used to go to sprinklers, but neither one of those things budge. They won't move. And then I'm not sure what these things are feeding. Again, I didn't see any anti-siphon valves all around the outside of the house. I was looking for that, and I was also looking for the line that's feeding the pool so that it could refill up when it gets lower. And so I'm going to look around in the backyard here and see if I can locate those. If not, they got to be somewhere, or maybe they didn't put them at all. All right, so this is the little shed building out in the back. And so this is where all these anti-siphon valves that I was looking for. But I think all of them are abandoned because nothing turns on when I activate anything. And then this is probably the line that's going to fill up the pool when it needs to be filled up. If I had to take a wild guess, I'm not quite sure what's going on there. I can see that it has a sediment trap. It's possibly an old well. This house looks old enough that it might have been an old well, but it's hard to tell. But yeah, none of these are functioning. There's plenty of them, and there's random PVC lines that come up all over this yard. It's giant. But I think that most of the irrigation was all disconnected probably being problematic, so they just got rid of it in general. So here's the gas meter. Only thing it's missing is an earthquake shutoff. And so it's entering the house down there in 1 inch. This reduces down to 3/4 inch. But whatever it's entering the house is the size earthquake shutoff that you'd need to put on. So we could add that to this guy so that it does have one. We would just have to modify this section right here so that we could add it in. Get a shot of that. And then I circled this house a few different times. I didn't find any irrigation lines that are activating or active in general. Everything was abandoned. Everything in that little shed over there wasn't working. All of these are disconnected. The other ones on the other side of the house are all seized. So if there is irrigation, I'm not sure where it's coming from, but the lawn looks well watered, so it's getting taken care of somehow.